Hello students, welcome to Samveda E-Class Learning. Today we are going to learn 6th standard social science class of civics, that is citizenship. Are you ready students? Let us begin the class now. Before beginning the class, please keep a pen and a book with you and note down the important points, okay, which we are covering this chapter, okay. Let us begin the class students. I'll show you few images. Yes, your work is to compare this and tell me who can be considered as a better and a good citizens. Okay, dear students? Yes. So, you can see the picture of two boys. So, whom do you think is a better citizen? A boy who is eating an ice cream and throwing a wrapper on the road, or a boy who is putting the banana peel in a dustbin? Whom do you think students? Yes? Obviously, very good. So, the boy who is putting the banana peel in the dustbin is considered to be the good citizen. Okay, shall we go for the next image? Yes? Yes. Now, compare these two pictures and tell me who can be the better citizen. A boy who is helping a lady, old lady, or a girl, so who is standing arrogantly when an old lady has been fallen down. Whom do you think is better? Yes, I want answers from you. Yes, very good. So, a boy who is helping an old lady is better and a good citizen. Right, students? Okay, similarly again one more picture, we'll have a look on it. So, here you can see in one picture there are two boys who are friendly, but in another picture you can see the boys are fighting with each other. What do you think students? Who are considered to be the good citizen of our country? Yes? Okay, yes, very good. The boys who are friendly with each other is considered to be the good citizen. Okay, very good, good work. Okay. Now, I'll give you an activity on this. You have to just point out who are the good citizens. Okay, students? Yes. Here is the activity and find out the good citizens among these pictures. Yes? Okay, finished? Yeah, let me have a look onto it. Yes, see a boy who is watering a plant, another man who is helping another man, and a lady who is giving an arm for a beggar. Yes? Very good students. Okay students, now we just had a look about good citizen. But here students, a number of question arises like, who are the citizens? Why are they so called? What is a nation? And what is the citizenship? Okay. So, at the end of this chapter, you will be getting the answers for these questions. Shall we move on to the next slide? Yes? Okay. Okay. So, before going deep into the chapter, let us learn, let us know the competencies which are there in this chapter. At the end of this chapter, dear students, you will be able to understand the meaning and importance of citizenship, and also you will be able to list out the features of citizenship, and you will understand the methods of acquiring citizenship, and also you will be knowing the methods of losing citizenship. Okay students? Okay. Here a question arises, what is a nation? Can any one of you tell me? What is a nation? Just guess it. I want answers. Come on students, you can. Yes. Okay, I'll inflict a question on you. Which nation do you belong to, dear students? Yes. So, we belongs to our country India, right? We are Indians. So, here a system which enables every individual to lead a better life is called a nation. Okay, once again I'll repeat it. A system which enables every individual to lead a better life is called a nation. Okay, so here a nation is simply a community of people who share a common interest, common culture, common history, languages and many more things. Okay, in simple terms I can say a nation is nothing but a collective identity. Okay, so it helps us to lead a better life. Okay, yes. So now let us look into who is a citizen. Can you tell me, students, who is a citizen? Yes, you are very near to it. Yes, so citizen is a responsible member of a nation. So who is a citizen? A citizen is a responsible member of a nation. Okay, and he is also a permanent member of a nation who enjoys civil, politics, educational, administrative and many more rights of that particular nation. At the same time, he also has certain duties to perform. So, here students, being an Indian citizen, we enjoy certain rights, right? But there are certain duties that even we have to follow it. It's our responsibility render certain duties, right students? Tell me what can be the duties of an Indian citizen? Yes, one by one. Yes, very good. A citizen should follow and obey rules laid down by our constitution. Okay, and not only that, we have to cherish and uphold the values and ideals which inspired our freedom struggle. Okay, and as a citizen of our country, it's a sole responsibility of us to protect our environment, right students? And not only environment but also we have to protect the rich cultural heritage, right students? There are many more duties that as a citizen it's our responsibility to render those duties. Shall we move to the next topic, students? Yes. Now here comes the main topic, that is citizenship. What do you think, students? What is citizenship? Have any idea about this? Yes. So, I will inflict you a question on this. Are you a citizen of a nation or a foreigner? Yes, answer me. Are you a citizen of a nation or a foreigner? So, this is the common question that we come across in once in our lifetime, dear students, right? Take it an example, when you are taking an admission in a school, okay? When you approach to the school management will provide you the prospectus with the application form, right students? So, I think you people have seen in that form, particularly a column will be mentioned nationality. The word, you can come across the word nationality in the form, right? So, what you have to mention there? That you are Indian. You belong to India, right? So, you have to mention whether you are an Indian or a foreigner. It's not only in the schools, but also when you travel to the other countries, you will come across such question. You have to fill the form whether you are an Indian citizen or you are a foreigner, right students? So, what it means? Yes students, what it means? Yes, it means they are asking you about your citizenship, right students? Yes, so they are asking you, so which country citizens you are. So now let us come to the meaning of citizenship in details. Citizenship, every person who has citizenship is entitled for rights given by the nation. a citizen of a country enjoys the rights given by our constitution, by our nation. What are the rights, dear students? Yes, so we have certain fundamental rights. Not only that, there is no provision to acquire citizenship of more than one nation at a time. Dear students, at a time we cannot obtain a citizenship of two or more countries. So we can be a citizen of a particular country, that is our India. Okay, once again I will start with the meaning of citizenship. So the citizenship is nothing but every person who has entitled for rights given by the nation. Okay, so our country, our nation has given us certain fundamental rights, dear students. Yes, what are the fundamental rights? Right to education, right to freedom of speech, right to religion. Okay, so all we have various rights, fundamental rights. Okay, so being a citizen of our country, we can enjoy this right. Okay, not only this, dear students, there is no provision to acquire citizenship of more than one nation at a time. Okay, so at a time just we will get one citizenship of a country. Okay, so this is the meaning of the citizenship. I think it's clear to you, students. Have any doubts in this? Okay, very good. Shall we move on to the next slide? Yes. Now let us see what is the importance of citizenship. Okay, I think you people are very curious to know why citizenship is important, right, students? Citizenship is important to live a life with dignity. So why citizenship is important? To live a life with dignity, honor and a most respectful life, right, students? Yes. So next, citizenship is also important to participate in the nation's administration. Okay, why it is important? To participate in the nation's administration. So how you can participate in the nation's administration, dear students? Yes, can anyone tell me? Yes, you are very near to it. Every citizen of our country who is above the 18 years of age have the right to vote. So through voting system you can participate in the country's administration. So not only that, even when you grow up, you may become MLA, MP or any most honorable, respectful position. Yes, dear students? Okay. Now, next, citizenship is important to lead a better life in a country. Okay. It is also important from the perspective of nation's integrity and unity. Okay, students? It's clear to you? Shall we move on to the next topic? Okay. Now, let us look into the features of citizenship. Okay. An individual identify himself as citizen of a particular country through his citizenship, obviously. So, through the citizenship, you will be identified that you are a citizen of our country, India, right, students? Yes. Next feature is we can enjoy all the rights given by the nation. So, as a citizen, we will be enjoying all the rights given by the nation. Give me few examples on this. Yes, right to education. Yes, then right to, yes, come on, right to freedom of speech, right to vote. So, we can enjoy all the rights. Once again, shall I explain you this point? The feature of citizenship is to enjoy all the rights given by the nation. Can anyone tell me the rights? Yes, yes, right to education, very good. Then, yes, very good, right to freedom of speech, right to travel within the country. Yes, very good. There are many more rights that as a citizen of our country we enjoy in our nation. Next feature, discharge his duties fixed by the nation. Not only we have to enjoy the rights given by our nation, but also there are certain duties that we have to render as a nation of our country. Right, students? Can you mention few of the duties that we have to render? Yes, like respecting our national flag, national emblem, national anthem. Very good. Next, respecting, protecting our cultural heritage, protecting our environment. Yes, very good. We have to render certain duties as a citizen of our nation. Now, next feature, citizenship binds citizens to live in accordance with the law of land. We have to follow certain rules and regulations being in a country, right? So, we have to follow certain rules and regulations which are mentioned in our constitution. Now, citizens get power to hold positions. What this feature tells you? As I told you, when you grow up, among you students, some may become MLAs, who knows, right? MPs. Not only that, some few may become one or the other day a prime minister, even as a president also, right? So, yes, so citizens get the power to hold the positions. So, here next feature, foreigners are deprived of the political rights. This is the another important feature of our citizenship. Here globally if we speak, there are two kinds of persons. Can you tell me who are those? One is citizen of a nation, another is a foreigner. What is the difference between a citizen and a foreigner, dear students? Yes, very good. Citizens enjoy the rights, whereas foreigners are deprived of the rights. One more difference between the citizen and a foreigner? Yes, a citizen can interfere in the matters of politics, whereas foreigners cannot interfere in the matters of the politics in our country. Right, students? Yes? Very good. Let us see this. A foreigner, he is deprived of the political rights. Let us look into another important topic, that is method of acquiring citizenship. Dear students, our government of India, it enacted an act in 1955. The act is nothing but the Citizenship Act of 1955. Here in this act, the government of our country has elaborated the method of acquiring and losing the citizenship, which we are going to study now in deep. Methods of acquiring citizenship. There are 4 methods of acquiring the citizenship. One is by birth, next is by inheritance, next is by registration, and the final is by incorporation. We will look into it deeply. Citizenship by birth. What it means? It's very good. Any person who takes birth in any country, she acquires the citizenship of that country naturally. Why we call as Indian citizen now? Because we have taken birth in our country, right? Any person who takes birth in any country, she acquires the citizenship of that particular country naturally. Maximum number of population gets the citizenship right on the basis of birth. So, let us look into the another point. In India, the people who are born after January 26, 1950 has become the citizens of India. So, why, students, can you clarify me this? Why it is on January 26, 1950 that we are considered to be the citizen of India? Because what this particular day is known for? Can anyone tell me? Yes, this was the particular day, that is January 26, 1950, that our constitution was adopted. Right, students? From thereafter, those who have born in our country, they have become the citizen of India. Okay? Yes, clear with this? Yes. Now, let us move to the another method, citizenship by inheritance. So, this is the another method of acquiring the citizenship. Okay, dear students. So, what it tells? In this method, an individual gets the citizenship on the basis of the nationality of his or her parents. Okay? Do you get this? So, here if a person is born, okay, in the outside of our country, okay, if a person is born in another country, if his parents, either a mother or his father, okay, belongs to India, so that particular person can get the nationality of India. Okay. So, an individual who gets the citizenship on the basis of nationality of his or her parents is nothing but the inheritance. Okay. So, citizenship by inheritance. Now, let us move to the next method of acquiring the citizenship. Citizenship by registration. So, what you can see here, a person who is filling the form. Here, what it means, dear students, citizenship by registration, what it means? Citizenship of any country can be taken by way of submission of a prescribed application form to the concerned office. So, every nation imposes certain conditions. So, here citizenship by registration can be gained. There is a process, dear students, to register a citizenship. Like, you have to submit a prescribed application form to the concerned office. Okay. So, through this way also a citizen can acquire the citizenship. Okay. Fine. So, we will move to the next method. So, citizenship by incorporation. Okay. So, what it tells? By incorporation of one country geographically with another, the citizenship of the incorporated country can be acquired. Do you get, students, what it is telling? For example, if a country acquires some of the area of other neighboring countries, okay, so the people who are residing in that particular area of another country can get the citizenship of our Indian country. Okay, so they can get the citizenship of our country. Understood? Yes. So, now so far we studied about acquiring the citizenship, but there are certain ways, students, where a person loses his citizenship. Okay. So, we will go through it. We call it as methods of losing citizenship. Now, we are going to look into the methods of losing citizenship. Okay. Yes. So, there are 3 methods of losing a citizenship of our country. So, one is by renunciation. Okay. Second is by termination, and the last one is by deprivation. Okay. So, what are these? So, we will have a deep look into it. Shall we move on? Yes. So, losing citizenship by renunciation. What is this renunciation, dear students? How can we lose a citizenship by renunciation? Yes, any Indian citizen in the event of getting citizenship of another country can voluntarily renounce the citizenship of India by a declaration through an application form to the registration office. So, if a person, so here you can see if a person who is residing in our country, here he is an Indian citizen, but if he desires or if he wishes to move or shift to the another country, okay, take it an example of Australia. If an Indian citizen who wants to shift to the another country, so what he has to do? He has to renounce, he voluntarily renounce the citizenship of India. So, he has to apply for it in the registration office. Now, from Indian citizen, he becomes a Australian citizen. He gets the Australian citizenship. Okay, dear students? Okay, fine. So, we will move on to the next slide, that is losing citizenship by termination. Okay. So, here any citizen of India in the event of securing the citizenship of another country his citizenship of India will be cancelled legally without expecting his application form for registration. Here students, if a person, though he is an Indian citizen, if he has got the citizenship of another country, his citizenship of India, his Indian citizenship will be terminated. Okay? So, it will be legally cancelled. Okay? Fine. Now, next, losing citizenship by deprivation. So, what is this deprivation? We will have a look into it. Any individual in the event of securing the citizenship of India unlawfully or found engaged in anti-national activities or insubordinate behavior before the Indian Constitution, their citizenship can be cancelled. Understood, students? Here, if a person who is willing to get the citizenship of another country, if he is indulged in anti-national activities or illegal works, okay, so here he will be deprived of his citizenship. He will be losing the citizenship of India. Okay, fine. So, these are the methods of losing the citizenship. Hope you have all understood the points. So, now I will give you one activity. So, let us see what is that activity, dear students. So, you have to fill the missing letters. Okay, I will ask you a question and you people have to give the answer for it by filling the letters. Okay. Now, let us see what questions is in front of you. Yes. What do we call a responsible person in the nation? Okay. Yes. Be fast. What do we call a responsible person in the nation? Okay, students, you are finding it difficult? No problem. I will give you a clue. Okay. Now, I think it will be easy for you to answer now. Yes? Be fast. Yes. Very good. So, a person, okay, what do we call a responsible person in a nation? A responsible person in a nation is called citizen. Understood? Very good, students. Very good. Okay. Next question. One who is born in India after 26th January 1950 will become the citizen of dash. Can you tell me? Guess it? Yes? Fine, I will give a clue here also. Yes. Now, it is easy for you to find out the answer. Very good. India. One who is born in India after 26 January 1950 will become the citizen of India. Very good, students. Hope you have all understood these points, right? Yes. So, now I will give you a home assignment, dear students. Your work is to write this answer. So, answer the following question. What is a citizenship? List out the features of citizenship. Describe the method to acquire the citizenship. And the last one is mention the incidence of losing citizenship. So, your work is to write the answers to this question and submit to your concerned teacher. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you.